Man, you remember when like Costco was going to control everything?
I don't. I don't. When was this?
I don't know. I've never seen the movie, but someone's like, "You got to Idiocracy or some shit."
Oh
It
yeah,
might.
yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah.
never seen it, but someone's like, "You should watch that. You'd probably like it with your sense of humor." And it's something like you can go to Costco and get like a law degree. Like, and you realize, holy shit, times have changed. Like
Yeah,
it was Costco, it was where you're going to buy everything, right? So everything.
yeah,
And now,
yeah,
who even talks about Costco anymore? It's it's Amazon. You're going to get your degree from Amazon, and you're gonna, you
yeah.
know, they're gonna be able to 3D print like a kidney one day. I'm gonna be able to buy a kidney off. Like you're gonna be able to get whatever you need off of Amazon at some point.
Yeah, no doubt. The only
So
thing I ever hear people talk about Costco now is for the travel. Whenever anybody goes on vacation, like, you got to go to Costco. Oh, okay.
I've never. Someone I was looking at those like the what the hell do they call it? The wheels up and
Yeah, the private jets.
the NetJet stuff. I was looking at
Yeah,
like when COVID hit. It's like, well, I don't want to be on a plane, and if I could get people I'm close to, like, hey, let's go somewhere and split a
yeah.
whack that bill up. Someone mentioned going to Costco for that. I've never really heard that travel so much. So it's crazy. I can go get like a private plane membership through Costco, but who buys TVs there anymore? You buy private planes and travel. So
Yeah, crazy, crazy. Yeah. So this article though came up a couple hours ago on Business Insider. One out of every 153 American workers is an Amazon employee. I just want to get your thoughts, James, on I mean, starting with the scale of this organization and the implications of a company that size dominating the economy out here in the U.S. Just your thoughts.
I try to visualize this, right, and I think of the like roll houses I grew up in, the same house over and over and over, like, built in 1940. Based on these numbers, American workers, anyways, not households. Basically, every street between like the two end caps, someone on that street works at Amazon based on these
Hmm.
numbers. I figured there's
Right.
maybe 150 people per a whole strip. So it's crazy to think that you couldn't walk one block in my old town and not come across, like they used to. You probably couldn't walk a block and not come across a Ford worker back in the day, right? But
Mhm.
now that's Amazon.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it a lot or is that a little? I mean, like, what's that say down there? Amazon employees and a million workers in the U.S. I mean, is that
Yeah. So
that's
for
surprising?
scale,
Yeah.
I mean, it's large. The largest employer in the U.S. is still Walmart. They have 1.6 million U.S. employees. So I think Amazon must rank second or third there. But I mean, between Amazon, Walmart, that's a big chunk of the workforce.
It is, but it's not surprising. I guess it's
Yeah.
shit. Everyone buys everything. You buy a shampoo. It's like I'm gonna go to Amazon. I need this nut. I'm gonna order from Amazon. I need this toy. Do I do my Christmas? But our Toys for Tot stuff we do,
Yeah.
we probably spend like 5 or 10 grand every year on toys just through Amazon. It's so I guess like when I think about that, what you buy personally and what businesses buy and all the stuff you procure through Amazon and how many warehouses and they got their own delivery trucks, right? Like screw UPS, the Amazon trucks rolling up.
Yeah.
I it doesn't it's a lot, but I'm not surprised.
Does the growth in Amazon, I mean, it was founded in 94, so it hasn't actually, I mean, it's been a while, but it hasn't actually been that long in the grand scheme of like a company life cycle. Does the scale impress you as somebody who's founded lots of companies? And then um, what does that scale mean? I mean, we all know like the death of the local bookstore or whatever, but what does that scale mean for every industry, knowing that Amazon owns everything, right? I'll give you an example. My wife and I, we need to go get a toy for one of her colleagues. They have a 4-year-old, and the first thing I look at is Amazon. It takes a lot of effort to say, all right, I'm not going to do Amazon. We'll go down to like the store in the neighborhood. But what does that mean?
That you're gonna be buying a lot more shit from Amazon.
Yeah.
So, like, the thing is, like, I know when especially for work, if I'm trying to buy things for offices and
Yeah.
if it's just the easiest place, I can just 32-inch monitor, LG. There it is. Add to cart. Buy now.
Yep.
Ship. And it's like I could do that. You know how many times I shock someone? They send me a text like, "Hey man, I really need this," and I reply back within 30 seconds. It's like done. And I know it's probably not the cheapest, but I value my time and a lot. So I'm not gonna go if I know the price is way out of whack, then I'm gonna go search. But other than that, the fact that I can just boom, get it done, and get this product to someone out in the field, and they can get their work done, not thinking about it. No one has really made it that simple. Apple Pay and that type of stuff is slick, but goddamn, Amazon just gives you everything in one spot, and it's really easy to just order. You have all your addresses programmed. Like, I can ship stuff all over the place in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So that's like, we just talked about this in another episode about convenience.
Mm-hmm.
Make it easy for your consumers to do business with you, whether it's out of convenience or laziness. They mastered that, man. And that's Google at the end of the day, right? Simple ass interface.
Yeah.
And if I imagine my father trying to use Google if it had like menus and shit, like he wouldn't even be able to find McDonald's. And let me tell you what, he knows where every McDonald's is within a 5-mile radius of his house. He'd be confused all this shit. You can just go to this, click in that box, pick a sausage biscuit. So I think Amazon has kind of did that. They gave you access to all the different merchandise, and they made it really goddamn simple. So my guess is it is impressive how fast they scaled, right? But not surprising. They like to get in markets and start eating up market.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, their sales just this year speak to that, right? I think 221 billion in sales so far. It's July 30th today.
221 billion.
Yeah.
All right, so like 150 billion of that probably came from stimulus.
Good point.
Yeah, I tell you what, I make a joke about it, but the amount of trash that people have, like I'm out in the country, so when people leave their stuff all piled up on their, and it's kind of like when the trash comes, it's not consistent. But I would say the amount of trash has doubled in at least the last year. I noticed, and that might even be slowing down. We can probably look into that for another episode. Are people buying so much shit that it's like slowing down the people picking up the trash, or it's filling up our landfills faster? But we definitely consumed more stuff in the last 12 months.
Yeah.
I've never seen the Amazon truck so much in my neighborhood. I can't leave the house. I will pass an Amazon truck before I get to like the main road. So I would not doubt some of the revenue, a lot of the revenue came from that stimmy. But it's I'm curious to see what happens on Target and Walmart and Amazon when maybe the other episodes when those evictions can start and people got to pay their mortgages and school loans and they cut off unemployment.
Yeah.
Are we about to see some big drops in revenue or something? But yeah, we'll come around to that again.
Yeah. I think just kind of liner point here, but does a company when a company with the scale of Amazon implements that $15 an hour minimum wage, which they have done across their entire organization, how much pressure does that put on kind of the rest of the jobs market?
I think when you're going toe to toe, does it put pressure on Walmart? I don't know. It's one of those things where maybe Walmart is the equivalent of McDonald's in that world, but Amazon's like Starbucks. Like in some strange way, Starbucks and McDonald's will pay similar wages, but it seems like Starbucks always has a better employee somehow.
Yeah, they've got a better perception. Yeah.
So the bottom half of that workforce is going to go to Walmart, and then Amazon's going to attract the top half, right? And if they just add a little more money, then do they really get a better talent base? And then whoever's left over is going to end up at Walmart because they're cheap, right?
Yeah.
But I got to imagine to put some pressure when it comes from a workforce standpoint. But it hurts the mom and pop shops the most. And
It
I
has
think
to.
that's the bigger issue that no one, people aren't talking about. It's just an ugly conversation. We know the big stores hurt the small businesses, yet most people will still go spend the money at the large business because it saves them money personally. And it's like, well, which way do you want it? Do you want to support the local business, or do you want to save yourself 30 cents?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's to your face. People will often say, well, you need to support small businesses, and then they'll go order their shit from Amazon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I say do whatever you want to do. It's just if you're going to talk the talk, then why no?
Yeah.
Maybe you should follow through with that. But it's weird in the wealth generation part of it, where Amazon does create a shit ton of six-figure jobs. It's amazing, especially on the technology side.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were a local store owner, you could get to that next income bracket, right? Maybe you could get to the upper middle class, high middle class, or upper middle class if you ran a good store, and you still created the same amount of low-level jobs, right? The problem is Amazon runs them out of business, and they consume their low-level workers, and that store owner who might have been making like 80 grand a year, now he's making 50 at Amazon.
Yeah, you're right.
And then the rest of that profit just goes up the corporate ladder. And that's my thing with, small businesses, half the jobs in this country, but small business does allow some people that upward mobility. And I'm sure Amazon does too. You get in, you work your way up, but not in that same way, if that makes any sense. Because that just gets, instead of the local small business owner making a few more bucks, so they can have a greater impact on their local community, that just gets, Amazon's got a bunch of profit. And, that's this money, it's like taking it out of that small business owner when they had the opportunity. But now, do you even have that opportunity anymore?
It's profits that go into sending rockets somewhere near space.
Yeah, if you work there right now, you're thinking, yeah, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
You see a little trail of money.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
Which is always going to be that argument, right? Like, you shouldn't do that. You should just give us bonus money. Don't do this nice thing. Just give us. It's always like, just give us money. And I can't necessarily dispute that, right? But they got some other goals they're chasing. But yeah, there's a lot of money going up in the sky. So.
Yeah, no doubt. Another angle to this, James, is like from an employer brand angle. These are conversations we have at Daggerfin. Like Amazon's scale and stuff, like it really to your point about small businesses, it warps the talent pool in a way, I think, because what you end up getting is, it, like you said, that kind of the pure labor, the $15, $16, $17 an hour labor that a lot of businesses need to run. I mean, you think hospitality, you think kind of manufacturing, all of a sudden they're now competing with Amazon, which maybe they weren't before for talent. And it gets tricky, right? And I think that informs a lot of the confusion right now around supply and demand in the labor markets.
Look, man, you want to bust tables somewhere and get no money an hour plus share the tips, or do you want to work at Amazon for whatever 15, 16, 17 bucks an hour with benefits?
Right. And say you work at Amazon, right?
Do people come home wearing the Amazon shirt after, making guarantee, it's 30 to 35,000 hours a year with benefits? I mean, you want to do that? You want to bust deals? Like,
yeah.
It sucks the hard workers out of the industry, right? The people that were busting their ass in the hospitality jobs and, those 7 days a week and like all that stuff. It's like, well, just a better gig over here. And like, where's the upward mobility? Like, I think you can like in a service industry, you can make great money.
Mm-hmm.
There are six-figure service people out there. You can make a great career out of it, but for everyone that's not trying to do that, if you could get into Amazon and bust your ass and make 40 or 50 one day with benefits, now I don't want to work in the restaurant industry. So
yeah, right.
It's shit. Wait till Amazon starts opening up cafes everywhere.
Yeah, good point.
They'll be competing with that Costco hot dog for $1.50.
Yeah, you can order your jet via Amazon too.
What can't you? And some point do they come through and try to like bust up Amazon saying you're too big?
Oh yeah,
you got to
for sure. Go on. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
gonna say that I think antitrust and those kind of things is something that we'll have to chat about in another conversation.
Yeah, it's probably coming at some point.
Yeah, no doubt.
But for now, and when the third rendition of the virus comes around and people are running out of toilet paper, I'm probably going to order from Amazon.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, it's a big number, but when you think about how many warehouses they have, how much product they're shipping, how many different things they sell, it's not a surprising number. It's just, I guess you don't want to get stuck in a spot where you feel like Amazon's the only way. That's how I felt growing up, right? It was get on the line at Ford was the only option, and if that wasn't it, then like I mentioned, the UPS or FedEx jobs or whatnot.
Yeah.
So you know what? Amazon shouldn't be your only way out. But it's like the thing about when they ruined the small business jobs is a lot of small business owners didn't go to college, or they're first generation immigrants, and they come over here and bust their ass and save their money and they open up their first shop or something.
Yeah, great point.
Where to make a similar amount of money in Amazon, you might have to have a degree, like to get one of those tech jobs or something. And it's don't take away the jobs that the people who didn't go to college need. Like, we need to create those opportunities. Or if you didn't go to college and you're just a hard worker and a good person, where's those opportunities where you can make $50, $60, $70, $80,000 by just learning on the job and moving your way up?
Yeah.
I think that's something we got to worry about as a society, because for some people, college is really expensive and overrated. And, to achieve the same thing that if you just would have busted your ass and built a small business, right? So,
yeah.
That's my concern when I see Amazon having this much influence in the labor market anyways, is, well, you're going to have to go to college so you can come lay code for us if you want to make the same amount of money you could have running your own shop one day. So
yeah, it's true.
But I don't got a whole lot more on this one. It's Friday.
Yeah, we get out of here.
About to find some Don Julio and make about 9 tacos. So,
all right.
I'll catch you next week.
All right, thanks.